I'm back.
It's been so long. You sure
And
you remember how all this junk
I was
works?
trying to remember how they're. And then my buddy that walked by there, that's my friend Steve Tully. He's the one who said, David,
Yes.
congratulations. How'd you get that job? You don't even know how to spell sports. That's the guy right there. That's the guy.
Perfect.
And if he does watch this, he will not respond. No. Well, it's good to be back. I got to tell you, I had fun filling in for Josh Boyce upstairs.
Well, you certainly sounded like you were having fun.
Well, Jake said to me, he goes, you know what I want? I want energy and fun. Have fun. And I said, I can do that. And, I've done it before. It's obviously a couple of years.
Yeah.
And the first one I ever did was a Remembrance Day ceremony.
Yes.
You don't want to screw that one up.
No, you don't want to mess that one.
Now, so the first one I thought went really well. Everybody, come down there. Oh, good job. You sounded clear and all that stuff. The second one went pretty good until doing the out-of-town scoreboard. There was the first half that I didn't know. Anyway, I'm looking at the screen and I'm like, is that Oshawa? Like I couldn't read that far on the screen. So we've come up with an alternative if I have to do it again. And then I said Andrew Oakey instead of Andrew Oak.
Yes.
And what's funny is we started off and Lee Cunningham, Pat DeRoche, Terry Doyle, Jake Borey all said
the names.
It's Oak.
Oak.
And then I wrote it down and I introduced him as Andrew Oakey.
Yep.
And as you know, I was a karaoke host for 25 years.
Yes.
And I looked, do you know how many times I've seen the word karaoke?
Yes.
And I was thinking that, and I just bleh. And then when the 3 stars came out, Terry Doyle came in, because Andrew Oak was one of the 3 stars. He said, it's Oak. I went,
Oak.
I know. It was one of those, as soon as I said it. Anyway.
Well, you know what? Stuff happens,
right?
Man.
I had so much fun, and I got to tell you, Daniel, who's the director upstairs, and the crew in there, they are all about keeping you on track.
Right.
Like, it's amazing what happens.
Well, see, now the report I got was why the lag between the goal and announcing the goal.
Yes.
Because there did seem to be
there was
quite a bit of lag.
There was. So what happens is the call comes in, it goes to upstairs, then it comes over to there, and I'm the last one to get it.
Yeah.
And then I've got to write it down, and then I have to. And to be fair, like there was a lag.
You got to find the.
But
moments.
I've got to like say it over my head. If I did this every single time, then I would have a pattern, a routine down, I guess.
Yep.
So other than that, and I heard that from others. I was just talking to some of the.
Well, now that you say that, it makes perfect sense.
Totally, right? And it's so fast. So then what happens? They get a goal. Then they get a penalty. Then they want to have a fight. All within 30 seconds with 3 minutes left to go in the final period. And you've got all these ad reads you're still trying to do because they pay for that. Anyway, so my excuse is I'm new.
It sounds stressful, man.
It's busy. It definitely is.
Bet.
But I was definitely in my wheelhouse. I'm obviously not shy to the microphone, but
no,
I had a great time. So thank you to the Sarnia Sting for allowing me.
Just don't ask me to do it.
Fill in for Josh. Well, we had that discussion. Just don't let him up here once for anything.
Nothing.
He'll never stay away. Okay, it was a lot of fun, but I did miss you, buddy.
Yeah.
And certainly there's lots to talk about. Boy, oh boy, some we probably don't want to talk about. But let's start off on a positive note. Former Sting alumni Steve Stamkos takes his 1,000th point
amazing,
in the
isn't
NHL.
It?
What a huge milestone. Not only the 1,000th in the NHL, but the first in history to do it in Tampa Bay.
Yep, absolutely.
Right.
And you know what? I mean, this is one of the reasons why I will forever love OHL hockey is, I got to meet Steve Stamkos when he was here.
Fantastic.
And, we got to see him play every day. And the number of superstars that have gone through here, it's just crazy. So, you know what? Good for him. And what an incredible achievement. And super deserving.
And, of course,
absolutely.
played with the Sarnia Sting for 2 seasons,
yep.
06 to 08. And then I didn't even realize, maybe time just slips by me, but 15 seasons with Tampa Bay.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And never, he just went there and has stayed there.
Well, and I got to say, I really like the way his NHL how his life with the NHL has progressed and his job there, because when he first came to Tampa Bay, there wasn't that stress put on Stamkos to be
Right.
Steve Stamkos.
Right.
He was not going to be the answer to all their problems.
No.
Right? He was there to learn and to play at an NHL level, and he was put on the ice with some guys who, were seasoned veterans that really knew how to sort of bring him along as a player. And it didn't take him long, and all of a sudden he's top scorer in the league and stuff like that. And I thought, to see his career develop in that way, it was brilliant.
It certainly was. And
it's still brilliant, frankly.
It certainly is, 100%. So congratulations to him. And I just pulled a couple of stats. When he was with this thing in 06, total points that year was 92, and then the next year was 105.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, there was no doubt. And I remember being here, as you probably were, watching him and thinking, wow, they need to really keep up with him.
Yeah, 100%. Well, and you know what? I think things would have been very different for this thing if we had a comparable team around him, because he was really a catalyst for
there were a number of times, like I said, he would be down there and he'd, I think, be looking around going,
hey, where's my support?
Where are you?
Yeah.
Right?
But
so
I remember I remember the one game you got 5 goals in one game.
Right?
I mean,
boom.
Oh,
I know.
my
I was there for that.
Yeah,
I remember it clearly.
Stellar.
All right. Well, now we have to talk about some things that are not working out for this team. The Sarnia Sting, of course, a rough week last week, and then to 10-0 against Flint. Just okay. So there's really nothing we can say about that.
No.
So moving forward,
totally disappointed.
See how we did that? Well, it was something. Now Chandler Romeo, though, he's back for the first time tonight since October. And Ethan Ritchie will be back as well. However, along with some others, Limpard Lance is out tonight as well. So can this team catch a break?
Well, and I don't know that it's a break. I think we've got a few breaks. That's the problem, right? And breaking broken hands and broken this and broken that. I think that, we've suffered through something similar in previous seasons. Yeah. Where we've gone big stretches of
This one
time.
Seems more intense, though.
Well, I think, you know what, because a lot of our defense have been out, right? I mean, so that's been a real killer, when...
well, and let's talk, like Josh Hoover, Ryan Mast, Austin Harper, Nolan Burke.
Yeah.
Again, Limpar Lance and Sean Doherty. Some significant players out there.
Significant players.
How do you make a special team now?
Yeah, well, exactly, right, and it puts a huge amount of pressure on the rest of the team to fill in those gaps.
Well,
and I think
we've
got a young team. We've got a young team, and some of these guys are just, they're trying, but.
Well, and that has to happen. We had a post-game press conference with Alan Letang recently, and he said, it's impressive when somebody comes in the locker room and says to me, hey, if you need me to play defense tonight, I will do that, right?
Yeah.
So that's where some of these guys, like Marco Sikic and those guys have got to step forward as well as leadership in that role.
100%.
But now the young guys are going, like we were here last year with this situation.
Sure we were. Calling up guys
right?
from
and
the
Nolan
Legionnaires.
Dillingham off for how many weeks?
Yep,
and then coming back, and he was back, and then got So certainly a lot of frustration. You can feel it.
Yeah.
I will say, though, that the post-game press conference, and, maybe it's because they're in front of the camera a bit, but they seem to be continuing the positive attitude. I mean, you come out of a game 10-0 and a 4-1 before that, you got to really bang your head against the wall. But you've got to come out of that. Now, I want to go. This is going to be interesting because I've got. I don't know how much you're on Twitter, Jay.
Not as much as I'd like to, but I do pay attention.
Is that because Elon Musk bought it? Or?
Oh my goodness!
Are you? I think it's great that he did. Okay.
Really?
Why not?
Oh my goodness!
Just because he's got more money than. Everybody on the planet.
Yeah, for sure, but still.
Okay, I want to bring this up. John Wright who goes by Sarnia Sting fan on Twitter. So he talks about them getting blown out. But he's got several points he says that he thinks are the struggle. So the Stinger in the bottom half of the league in both power play and penalty kills,
Yep.
Percentage-wise.
Special teams,
right?
Yep.
The power play is 19th, despite having the most opportunities in the OHL. 116 power play opportunities. And the Sting
and it's
PK,
frustrating. It's frustrating because we
PK
get
is
out there and we
13th.
juggle around that puck, and we got to shoot more. It's just we got to take advantage of the. You get a man advantage. You got to.
100%.
That's an opportunity wasted if you're not.
Here's the one,
there.
and I could go through a whole bunch. He makes 7 points, but you can follow him, Sarnia Sting fan on Twitter. Here's the one that's really been on my mind. The Sting need to figure out a way to address these issues quickly because they'll likely be losing 4 key players. Gaudreau, Pastujov, Vilmanis, and Voigt to the World Junior Camps in a few weeks.
Yep.
How are we going to deal with that?
Well, you know what? That's a good question. You know what?
I thought you'd have an answer.
I wish I had an answer,
Yeah.
Dave. But I mean, the truth of the matter is,
this is just a reality.
We got
that's
so
gonna
many
hit 'em.
guys out as it is, just on injury, and or illness or whatever. That I mean, I don't know how they're going to fill it in.
You're a coach right now. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking that, we're just going to put our best foot forward. We're going to try and, coach our young guys into something, into stepping up and filling in the gaps. And we'll have to make sure that they're doing the right things and learning those roles. I'd be practice at that point, knowing that's coming up. I mean, it's great to have the foresight, but when you've got so many of your key players out, it's just going to hurt, and so I think it's just really, let's stay positive, let's focus, let's look at this as an opportunity for our young guys to really step up to the plate, and let's look at it as an opportunity to learn, that OHL's
and especially coming in. Okay, let's talk about who
skill.
we're playing tonight. Oshawa's in the house. They're no slouch to the ice either.
No, but they're not doing necessarily as well. We're a little ahead of them in the standings.
Yeah.
So one would think we have an opportunity here not to have
you got a
repeat.
fan waving at you.
Oh, it's Corey. What's going on,
hey,
brother?
Corey, how you doing, man?
Yeah. But I think yeah.
He's optimistic for a win.
I'm optimistic. Well, you know what? I think it's just, I don't think we're going to see another 10-0. I think we have the ability to turn that around.
How does that even happen? That's what was my first. Where the heck was I? I was at. I was in London at a Classic Albums Live. It was Rolling Stones thing, and it was awesome.
They're amazing.
And at the end, my brother-in-law, he had been asking me, "How's the Sting doing? How's the Sting doing?" And then at the end of it all, hey guys, at the end of it all, we were like, I showed him, and he was like, "Oh yeah."
I was sitting front row center for Beauty and the Beast at the Imperial Theater, and my phone kept buzzing on me, and I'm like, what the heck is going on here?
Turn that off.
3-0, 4-0, ding, ding, ding,
so,
ding, ding.
Okay, there's always 1 or 2 games in the season you'd like to forget about.
Sure.
Let's
forget about that one.
There's the top 10 right
Tear
there.
that one out of the book and just move on.
But there's a point in all of that. Still, I mean, okay, we've all heard, okay, guys, get over it, shake your head, shake it off, blah, 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 blah. Easier said than done sometimes. And now you're going to come out here tonight in front of fans who spend their time to come and support you.
Yep.
And the pressure's on. We've got to come out here and we got to perform like we can. And then you've got to think about, all these variables are affecting this team right now.
Absolutely.
In a way that, I don't know how I'd handle all that, it's like the odds are against, but that doesn't mean that you don't have some of the odds left. I guess is the way to put
and you know
that.
what? I mean, back when I was coaching basketball, you know, and we were playing teams where we knew that we were, you know, sort of outgunned a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, my message to the girls was always, you know what? Let's, you know, I don't care if we win or lose in here. I just want to learn something.
Well,
From today. So you know what I mean? Like, so get out there, do what you need to do, and if you can walk away from this game with a new understanding or a better understanding of what your role is and how to play it properly, then you know we've achieved something.
yes, coach.
Win or lose.
But we want to win.
Sure we do.
No, I get it,
sure
for
we
sure.
do. But you know what? If you're inundated with injuries and illness and all these other things, and you got people playing out of position, you know, positions that they wouldn't normally be playing in, and you got, you know, young guys that are really looking to make a name for themselves, and all these other factors, you know what? Let's just play the game and see what we can get out of it. You know, win or lose, let's just put in
Let's take
the
something
best
away from us.
performance we possibly can
Right.
with the team that we have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if we can walk away from that with our heads held high, then you know what? We've achieved something.
All right. Well, we'll see if that advice holds true tonight here with the Sarnia Sting coming out against the Oshawa Generals. Josh Boyce back up in the booth. Woohoo! Let's see how quickly he gets them goals called out there. Everybody's got their timer on.
Absolutely.
Tonight, you know? And of course, we'll be back here first period to hopefully have some positive remarks, and then later on tonight, of course, as always, post-game press conference. And I got to tell you, it feels good to be back here with you, my friend.
Absolutely, brother.
I'm David Burrows, live from the Concourse with the Sarnia Sting and my friend Jay Peckham.
Go Sting, go!